Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Kapihan sa SWS. And it's so nice to see a lot of in-person attendees here. And also welcome to our fellows online, to our friends attending via Zoom. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. We are very fortunate to have a special guest today to talk about something that, we're not quite sure how to make out of this AI revolution. So, I would like to introduce our speaker, Dr. Prospero Naval Jr. is the chair of the Dado and Maria Banato Institute. He is also a professor of computer science at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. And he is also the laboratory head of the Computer Vision and Machine Intelligence Group, also at the Department of Computer Science at University of the Philippines, Diliman. His areas of interest include underwater computer vision and robotics, deep learning applications, deep reinforcement learning, data analytics for healthcare, environment, and education, probabilistic machine learning and decision making, and swarm robotics and computation. Please welcome Dr. Prospero Naval Jr.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me to talk about AI. And it's really, I like doing this because there's a lot of fear about artificial intelligence. So I'd like to dispel that. Now I am going to project my screen to share my screen. Okay, so now it's shareable. Can you see the screen? So I'm going to talk about AI. So it's going to be a general talk, nothing technical. So technical means going through a full-blown 2-year program in AI, which is challenging for a lot of people. Okay, so let's start with AI. So the internet age. So we already, I mean, everyone agrees that computers and internet has actually ushered in this information age. And there's so many things that came up because of this. And so, for example, the entire call center industry is based on the availability of internet. Now, without internet, there's no call center industry. And unfortunately, we'll see later on that the very same industry that information age created in the Philippines, so it's something big for us, is under threat because of AI. So we are now in the age of artificial intelligence. In fact, Bill Gates himself said this. So, and he said that AI is as revolutionary as mobile phones and the internet. Other people have said that AI is the engine. It's an engine. So data science is the oil, and AI is the engine. So these are, of course, just analogies to the reality that's out there. Now, so what is AI? So that's the question that I've been asked all the time. And for a lot of people these days, AI is ChatGPT, right? So AI, ChatGPT lang yan, or ChatGPT yan, So, and because of that, people think that wala ng trabaho yung mga ibang tao. the teachers will have difficult time checking papers because the students might have used ChatGPT to create their essays and so on and so forth. No? But really, ChatGPT is just the latest technology, latest AI technology. It came out in November of 2022. But before that, he has been with us for many years, working, doing things behind the scenes. So AI can be divided into several areas. So these are fields that are independent initially of them by themselves, but now they are, I mean, intermixed with artificial intelligence. So natural language processing, which a good example is ChatGPT. Then computer vision, then machine learning, robotics, expert systems, plus a couple of others. So that's what AI is nowadays. Now, what AI is not? AI is not a search engine, a big database, sorry. The search engine has the rudimentary components of an AI system. So in fact, we might say that the Google search engine is an AI system. So it's an AI system. It's one of those AI systems that we take for granted. We use Google all the time. When we want information, we use Google. Used to be Yahoo, but then okay, nowadays we use Google. And AI is not data science. We'll see this later on. Well, because data science is looking at data. And I guess most of you are very familiar with this. You look at data gathered from the field or data present in huge databases, and you use algorithms to mine information and, more importantly, insights. Insights that are useful for, say, business decision, for decision making. So that's what data science is in a nutshell. AI, on the other hand, is programming a system. It's basically creating a system. So if data science is like science, it's really science because you're discovering something, right? Science, as we know, when we do science, we try our best to discover new things. That's what science is all about. But engineering is making building systems, and that's what AI is all about. It's generally, I might say, an engineering discipline. So a lot of programming, a lot of software, and a lot of hardware. Don't think that AI is just about software. It's also about hardware. And the objective is to make a system, both hardware and software, think like human beings. So that's what AI is all about in a nutshell. Now, more precisely, AI is concerned with first understanding the nature of intelligence. So what is intelligence? What is human intelligence? But not just human intelligence, but intelligence in general. So AI is all about building systems that are intelligent, which means we need to combine together algorithms, software, hardware, and these systems act efficiently, effectively, safely, ethically, and responsibly. So that's what an AI system should be. The Turing test approach to AI, this is the definition of AI because there's several definitions, and even the AI experts do not necessarily agree among themselves what AI is. I mean, the definition of AI. So in the Turing test approach, basically the definition is centered around building systems that act like human beings. It's not so much about thinking, but rather about action. Meaning to say, if you have a system, build a system, hardware, software, like a robot, no, that is acting like a human being, then that is intelligent. So intelligence is formulated as intelligent action, more than thinking. Why? Why? Because thinking is really hard, no? I mean, if you endow a machine with your thinking process, it's very hard because I cannot even explain my own thinking process. So we have the laws of logic, but then we know that these laws of logic do not necessarily are very brittle. No, there's a lot more to intelligence than just following logical reasoning. Anyway, this is not a lecture about AI, so ano lang yan, kasi ito na yung pinakamahirap na part na. So, understanding what AI is all about. Na. Okay, so one more thing. No? This is the Turing test approach. No? So, a machine is deemed to be intelligent if it exhibits intelligent behavior. Okay, behavior. So, if it is acting intelligently, and to the point that we can say that that machine is acting in a way that is indistinguishable from a human being. So that machine is now deemed to be intelligent. So this is the Turing test. Um, yeah, so the test is not meant, and I'd like to emphasize here that the Turing test is not meant to determine whether a machine is truly conscious or has a mind, because nowadays people talk about a machine having a mind. But in the original Turing test approach, in the formulation of the Turing test, wala yun, there's no parang kailangan conscious o kailangan having may pag-iisip yung machine. There's no such inclusion in the Turing test. So intelligent behavior lang. Now, okay, there's this narrow AI, which means AI that's designed to perform specific tasks like robots, no, vacuum cleaning, assembling things on the factory floor, and so on and so forth. That's weak or narrow AI. But nowadays, people are talking about general or strong AI. This is AI that now has the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge across a wide variety of tasks like a human being. So, it's parang tao na talaga. No? So that's what is called general AI. So you hear nowadays this term AGI, artificial general intelligence. So this is the source of fear among a lot of people now. When we are no longer able to distinguish human being from AI, and that AI is now more powerful than us. So mas matindi na sa atin. So mas nakakatakot yun kasi, imagine, you created a machine and then that machine is even more intelligent than you. So it's like a Frankenstein, di ba? So AI, general AI basically means having cognitive abilities that enable the system to reason out, plan, solve complex problems, learn from experience, and adapt to new situations. Nowadays, to some extent, meron ng ganito. No? Meron ng reasoning ability, planning, solving complex problems, learning from experience, as in machine learning, and adapting to new, unseen situations. But whether consciousness is part of this or not, that's a debatable issue. So if you ask me, ano ba yan? Is consciousness part of it? Well, as an engineer, I would say build one. So kasi we can can talk about this for endless days, months, years, talking about meron bang consciousness yan o wala. No? So consciousness kailangan ba ng consciousness for us to have AGI? But for me, build one, and let's see if it has the attributes of consciousness. Okay, so yeah, let's now start talking about systems that are really AI systems. So but before we do that, two other things, no. AI includes within it is machine learning, which is basically the ability of algorithms to incorporate into the machine by recognizing patterns, um, by automatically learning from data. So huge databases are needed here. Huge, a lot of information. So yung tinatawag na big data. So for machine learning algorithms, especially for deep learning, you need a lot of data. Big data is important. That's why big data is usually, uh, they come hand in hand with deep learning algorithms. No? So the algorithms, kung wala kang big data, wala kang enough data, useless. No? So that's for deep learning, especially for machine learning in general, but not necessarily for AI. So there are algorithms in AI that do not need data, hardly need any data at all. No? So yeah. The usual question, what's the difference between data science and AI? Several, okay. First is, if there's one word, if I were to summarize it, ano ba ang difference ng AI at data science? One word, autonomy. Ano ibig sabihin ng autonomy? Autonomy means independent of uh, the human being. So, an AI system is autonomous, meaning hindi niya kailangan ng tao para makapag-decide. Okay? Data science, hindi. Kailangan the person is in the loop all the time looking at whether the information is useful, or the information that's being generated by the data. You're trying to extract data, and I think you're in that business. No? SWS is in that business of trying to extract data now from surveys and so on. And that result is going to be very important for a lot of things, to inform government, to inform decision makers, to inform business people, decision makers. But there are data scientists in the loop, no? Okay, so that's the big difference. While an AI system, you don't need that. In fact, the human being is usually not needed. Generally not needed. Why? Because human beings are slow. For example, self-driving cars. So it's an example of an AI system. Self-driving car, wala nang driver. No? So the AI system of the self-driving car does not need a human being. Well, it is a human being, the rider, to tell it where to go. Bahala na siya. No? So I want to go from here to say Los Baños. No? Then you just have to sit inside that car, reading your newspaper or your book, or even sleep. And after a few hours, you're in your destination. So that's So that's one keyword that distinguishes AI from data science: autonomy. Okay, an AI system is autonomous. Domain knowledge, creator domain knowledge. For data science, you need to understand your domain. No? But for AI, not necessarily. No? For example, we made some AI systems for diagnosing cancer. And I'm not at all an expert on cancer. In fact, I have almost zero knowledge about cancer. But we were able to publish in a top journal, not because of me, but because of our domain experts who are the oncologists of PGH. No? So, yeah, so it could be low, even almost non-existent domain knowledge for the creator of the AI system. But for data science, no. You need to know your stuff. You need to know what's going on. Okay, so this is for creator domain knowledge. Now, for the end user domain knowledge, again, for data science, you need high of this. I mean, a lot of this domain knowledge. But for the AI system, it could be none. Ang ibig sabihin nito, for example, I don't have to know anything about self-driving cars to be able to use a self-driving car, right? Ganun din yan. I can just, in some countries, meron ng mga self-driving cars sa taxi, no? Ipaparahin mo na lang sila. I think in Japan, no? paparahin mo na lang sila, or of course, they come to you, mayroong app, no? They come to you, it opens the door automatically, you enter, there's no one inside, and then wala ka nang gagawin. No? That is, end user. The rider has zero domain knowledge about self-driving cars. So you just enjoy, that the self-driving car experience. Not so in the case of data science. Marami pang iba. Hardware. Unfortunately, for you to do real AI, you need millions of dollars for your machines. While for data science, maybe laptop, maybe server, okay na yun. You can already churn out, good insights from this servers. So, yan, this is the latest machine that AI engineers dream about. No, pinapanaginipan ito namin. Ano? Unfortunately, this costs millions of dollars. No, so one system like this, one GPU costs something like $400,000. Isa lang yon. But you really need 254 of them. So, it's really big. That's why even universities abroad, like the top ones, UC Berkeley, Stanford, etc., the top AI universities, find it difficult to compete against the big players. Why? Because they don't have money. For example, Singtel, from what I know, is trying to acquire a system, huge system, because they want to be a big player in the AI market for the data center. $1 billion. $1 billion. Can we afford $1 billion? No. Who can afford $1 billion? So, Indosat, okay, Indonesian Satellite, another company, again, around that. Another company in India ordered GPUs to the tune of $500 million US. That's a lot of money. It's just one company. Okay, that's why NVIDIA is it's number one company in terms in when it comes to hardware. Okay, so saan ba ginagamit ang AI? Sa lahat. I always challenge my student, can you give an example of a field of human endeavor which AI is not used at all? Oh, marami silang sinasabi. No. Lahat yan, meron. So, give examples na. Meron yan. Meron ito. Meron yan. Real estate, meron yan. Agriculture, a lot of examples. Healthcare, definitely. Defense, obvious naman, di ba? Yung mga robots na pumapatay ng tao, and we don't want that. So that's an unethical use of AI. Other guidelines, by the way, regarding that, the use of weapons for warfare. So parang sabi nila, pwede, you can use that as long as the kill order is ordered by a human being. So hindi pwedeng autonomous to the point na mapatay na lang siya ng tao. But at least parang the kill signal is issued by a human being, not the machine. Okay, I'm not really fond of this weaponized AI systems. Yeah, but people are talking about that now. Education. It's also being used a lot. For example, we have developed an AI system that can grade essays automatically in the style of the teacher. If the teacher is strict din yung AI system. If the teacher is lax, not lax, but not lax, but ano ba tamang word dyan? Mabait. Mabait na siyang AI system. And so on. So it learns from you. Okay, so it uses machine learning. No? It's not going to impose, this is the way to check an essay. No, it learns basically from the style of the teacher. So AI has been there with us for so many years now, working behind the scenes now. So, and there's really nothing to fear about it because, fingerprint recognition, that's really an AI system. It's been there with us for decades. Speech recognition, Siri, use your phone. You can talk to your phone and it gives you answers. Alexa and so on. You can order items via Amazon using speech recognition. Self-driving cars, recommendation systems. Lazada, for example, has a recommendation system. No? Amazon as a recommendation system. What is a recommendation system? It's a system that basically recommends to you the items that you'd like to buy. How does it do it? Well, it looks at your profile, your buying profile, and it analyzes, it looks other the profiles of other people with the same interests. So if you like this kind of books, then the system will also look for those buyers with the same profile as you, yung mga bumili ng similar books. And then they will recommend books to you, or the system will recommend books to you or items that you might probably like because your profile already. And you share the same interest as this group of people, for example. Spam filter, that's another example, a simple example of an AI system. It's used in stock market trading, credit card fraud detection. And this has been, the systems have been with us for years, not just years, but decades. No? Credit card fraud detection, matagal na ito, no? Decades na ito. No? So, in other countries, they even, decades back, no? Pag meron kang na-profile na medyo alanganin yung binili mo, then it calls you, no? And somebody calls you and asks, are you really buying this item? Then maybe it's, somebody stole your credit card. So, kaya hindi yung binibili mo na usual, yung binibili ng whoever is buying. No? So, so these are examples, applications of AI. So now subfields of AI, computer vision, NLP or natural language processing, or NLU, natural language understanding, machine learning, robotics. So these are the important subfields of artificial intelligence. Nowadays, AI, modern AI, is brain-inspired computation. Ano lang naman ito, starting 2012. Before that, neural networks, hindi siya uso. Neural networks became popular, but then there were other methods that came out in the late 90s. And then for about a decade, it wasn't popular at all. In fact, people avoided neural networks for about a decade until 2012. So, so it's basically inspired by the way the human brain works. And so we have shallow networks up to the 90s. And then 2012, pumasok itong deep neural network, which is now the latest. And there are a lot of things like the transformer architecture is an example of this deep neural network. Deep learning. So deep learning, the nice thing about deep learning is you can do transfer learning. Transfer the knowledge from one domain, not necessarily one domain, subdomain to another. For example, you taught your system to recognize objects in general, all different items. Now, with a little bit of training and using the information, the knowledge of that system, you can make it recognize cats and dogs. So that's what's called transfer learning, meaning you transfer the knowledge to another system and retrain that system so that it's able now to recognize things that the original system is not able to. So it's called transfer learning. Okay, ito yung mga applications. Smartwatch that detects cardiac arrest and someone's health. No? So we have smartwatches now, and there's this advanced smartwatch that basically tries to see if a person is about to have a cardiac emergency or is having a cardiac emergency, and pag meron, then it informs the friends, no? So i-register mo. So sino ba yung inform ko? My friends, my relatives. So, and then also another example of that is a system like a camera that's intelligent enough to detect the presence of skin cancer, and the system even matched the performance of board-certified dermatologists, a panel of board-certified dermatologists. So hindi lang isa, no? Panel, natatapatan niya. Natatalo pa nga niya paminsan, no? So now, if you're a dermatologist, how would you feel? Diba? Oh, so if you're a radiologist, how would you feel? Depends, no? If you're forward-looking, sabihin mo, I like that tool. Di ba? Because, I will use that tool, no? So, and instead of looking at skin cancer, diagnosing skin cancer, I can focus on treating skin cancer. So, but of course, not all dermatologists or doctors share that, that the thinking, no? Nasa-threaten yung mga iba, no? And not just doctors, but other professions as well. Okay, so an example is an example of a self-driving car. Wala nang manibela, no? So, in the future, ito na, no? Siguro maybe 10 years, I don't know. Depends on regulation, no? When I was in Dubai 2 years ago, and I was asking them, wait, do you have self-driving cars? I haven't been seeing self-driving cars. Come on, self-driving cars, it's just a matter of time we will have them on the streets. No? So what's the problem? Oh, regulation. But the technology is already there. So what's next? Self-flying cars. So yun yung iniisip nila, self-flying cars. Lumilipad, flying cars. No? So, why? Why is that useful? Traffic, di ba? Oh, so, yun na yung thinking. No? The next level is, no, wala na itong subject. Tapos na yan. Done deal na yan. The only reason why we're not having this is because of regulation, because of fear. Takot tayo, di ba? Takot tayong sumakay dyan, ano? But then, other than that, the technology is already available. So, next is self-flying cars, which hopefully will solve the problems of it's a traffic, the notorious traffic that we have. Paano mababanggaan yan? Meron ng mga na yan, mga corridors. No? So there's an orderly way of using this self-driving or self-flying cars. No? Siguro buses. No? Para naman mas matipid. No? Is it going to be safer? Of course, here in the news, self-driving car crashes and kills the person inside. Yeah, it happens. But then once it happens, may investigation. What happened here? Because the algorithm did not work because of the situation. Then you fix that situation, you fix that algorithm. You fix that algorithm forever. Meanwhile, humans, like the text, accident. On the very same day, another, several people died of accidents. 1 year after, marami pa rin namamatay because humans, keep on texting while they're driving. We never learn. Maybe you learn, I learn, but the others, human beings in general, do not learn. The AI system, the program learns once and for all. If there's a problem, you fix it, and then it's fixed forever. So that's the beauty of this. Sa umpisa, of course, no problema yan. But once you solve that problem, you solve that problem forever. How are companies using AI? Okay, here are some examples. So, customer service, finance and accounting, marketing, IT, and so on and so forth. Let's talk about generative AI. You hear the term generative AI. Generative AI is the AI that generates new things, new pictures, text, images, audio. So, di pa merong data. Now it's able to generate synthetic data. And that synthetic data is so realistic that you're not able to distinguish anymore between real data and synthetic data. So that's generative AI. For example, you input to your AI system pictures of paintings, and now once it has learned, it's now able to generate pictures that are like or are in the style of the great art masters. And ito is an example. It's already an old piece of news, 2017 pa, no? Songs, in fact, orchestra. No? So I have a good friend who's a musician, and he cannot distinguish yung AI, musician siya, he cannot distinguish an orchestra generated by AI and by real orchestra. So, now if you're a musician, ano yung feeling mo kaya? You're under threat, di ba? So, yeah, so another reason why to fear AI. So can you be creative to solve the problem? Why not use that AI to generate new music and attribute it to yourself? But there are copyright issues, legal copyright issues. So medyo complex, ano? Hindi siya straightforward. Of the two pictures, which one is real? Which one is fake? Anyone? Both are real. Both are fake. Both are fake. These are synthetically generated by AI. So realistic, right? Kung hindi ko sinabi na real or hindi ko sinabing fake pala, hindi niyo malalaman. I mean, bakit ito fake? Actually, I don't know. Looks so real, right? So there no such person, not such persons in the world. So this is a hallucination. Kaya tinatawag na hallucination is synthetically generated data. So realistic that you cannot distinguish real from fake data, synthetically generated data. So you can now using DALL-E, create images from text. No? So this for artists especially, no. So if you're into advertising, this would be very good, no, for you to get ideas. Okay, ang prompt natin is a dog riding an elephant, no. So yeah, these are some of the pictures that the system is able to generate. No, it's hard to get a dog on top of an elephant and take pictures of it. Diba? Magagawa mo yan, pero medyo complicated yan, no? So why not just ask DALL-E to create one? Create for me a high quality photo of a golden retriever swimming in a river. So these are the pictures generated. So marami pa yung ibang pictures. No? So if you ask, generate more, it will generate more. And each of these pictures are unique. And with the very same prompt, you'll never get the same picture. Okay? Exactly the same prompt. You'll never get the same picture. So it's a hallucination. It's unique. Okay? Prompt, a picture of the Pope on a skateboard and the moon surface. So obviously, hindi natin magagawa ito, no? I mean, so yeah, so that's how it's able to generate the hallucination. So looks realistic. I mean, more or less. You know that is fake because we cannot cannot get this kind of real data, no? Meron bang video ito? Meron bang sound ito? Yes. Maybe you have seen this, but then it's ano na lang, dito na lang. Oh. So, then, sure. Okay, so let's listen to this.
You know which one? Tommy, can you sing me that song again?
Which one?
You know which one?
Let's
Tommy, can you
repeat
sing,
it. Let's repeat this.
Tommy, can you sing me that song again?
Which one?
You know which one?
So hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today.
It's good, but not great. You should stick to acting.
Yeah, I probably should.
Hello, hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Royaltiness, and thank you so much for
So that previous clip is actually a hallucination. Okay, see Paris Hilton and Tom Cruise. That was a hallucination. Unbelievable, right? Okay, so I mean, up to now, I still can't believe it. No, that this is actually synthetically generated by artificial intelligence. No, this thing never happened. Paris Hilton and Tom Cruise singing, conversing, being together. Hindi ito nangyari, no? So, inimbento, hinhallucinate ito ng AI, no? And really, this technology is not really the latest, no? Medyo matagal na din ito. Um, Now, if you're if you're a movie producer, how would you feel? Well, so you'll be threatened by such a system. No. Okay, another one. This is this is more recent. This is generated by a system called Sora. Wala pang sound. Ano lang, wala, nag-freeze. It froze. Okay, so the prompt to Sora is the following. Create a historical footage of California during the gold rush. It doesn't work now. Ayaw niya. Ano kaya? We're the age of AI, yet these things happen. Ayan. You can see that, it's realistic, right? Wala pang ano ito eh. Wala pang sound. Okay, next step na yung sound, so just release this because it's harder to produce a video than sound. No? Again, if you're a movie director, movie producer, di mo na kailangan ng set, no? It's cheaper, no? So sabihin mo lang, isang prompt lang ito, no? Of course, if you put in more details, mas maganda yung gagawin niya na movie clip, no? So wait for movies that are generated by AI, no? So the next, I don't know, couple of months, maybe a year or two, I don't know, we'll see this. Everything generated by AI. Now, ang question is, will you watch these movies? Maybe yes, at the start, no? But magsasawa din tayo because we always want Tom Cruise, our favorite, I don't know, who's your favorite actress? No? Ayaw natin yung synthetic. We don't even know who these people really never existed. So ayaw natin yun. Okay, ChatGPT. Can ChatGPT pass UPCAT? So what I did was I actually got questions, no, reviewer questions for UPCAT review questions from the internet, and ipinasok ko sa ChatGPT. Ito yung mga results, no. For reading comprehension, 5 out of 5. So the AI read the one on the left, and then in question is on the right. It's able to understand the text, and it's able to correctly to properly answer the reading comprehension question. 5 out of 5. So this just for reading comprehension. Physics, 3 out of 3. Chemistry, 2 out of 2. Even equations, okay, 99 niya equations, no? Okay. Math, siguro sa inyo hindi madali lang ito because you're in data science, no? But then, okay, for a lot of people, math is not 3 out of 3. So, may tinatawag na Sputnik movement. I don't know if the young people here understands this term Sputnik movement. Ito yung time that the US realized we are behind in space technology because the Soviet Union already put the Sputnik into orbit. No? So we have to do a lot of catching up. That's why the US, did a lot of, spent a lot of money and they were able to catch up. So yun yung Sputnik moment. Natauhan sila, kumbaga. So parang tayo, ganun din, So we are now being threatened by AI. So we have to do something. What is it something? I don't know. But for me, I'm more optimistic because just like the call center industry, which was created by the internet, magkakaroon din tayo ng mga new industries that will be created by AI. What are these industries? Actually, we don't know. If you ask the people at the time, 90s, about the call center, about the concept of the call center because of the internet, hindi nila maiisip yun. The same with us. So there will be new jobs created by the AI revolution. There will be substantial job losses initially, but then in the end, we will all benefit from this. Yeah, it's true that AI is our biggest existential threat. And people are talking about this. In the US, a lot of people have already lost their jobs because of AI. So yeah, in the Philippines, what is immediately threatened by AI is the call center industry because we have a huge call center industry, right? Now, that might disappear or not necessarily disappear, but that might downsize because of AI soon. Okay, so ano naman, positive news naman. Okay. So I created this lab. It's called Computer Vision and Machine Intelligence Lab in 1999. And this is the first formally organized AI lab in the country. So we focus in these areas of research, computer vision and robotics, underwater. Mas mahirap yung underwater robotics. Yung drone, pag nag-crash, may-retrieve mo. Pag nawala yung underwater robot mo, goodbye. Naanod na yan, and you don't know where it is. No? So if it costs, 1 million pesos, goodbye. Parang nawalan ka ng sasakyan na 1 million pesos. Deep learning and reinforcement learning and so on. So our focus lately has been on healthcare, application of AI to healthcare, environment, and education. So we are celebrating our 25th year this coming July, end of July. So 25 years of AI research, around 140 research publications. It could be more. Bakit 140 lang? Kasi, to have to present papers in a conference, you need money, right? So it's very hard not to get funding. No? And more than 300 AI projects. So we have this, experience over the years on what constitutes AI and what is good AI and how can AI help the country. If you look at our logo, below there's this theme, no? AI at the service of humanity. So we work on systems that are at the service of humanity. We will not make weapons or create systems that are irresponsible, no, AI, so this or unethical. And we align ourselves with the sustainable development goals of the United Nations. So some examples. Ito. Goal number 2, end hunger. End hunger and achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. So the ultimate goal is zero hunger. Okay, zero hunger, like zero poverty. So zero hunger naman dito. No? So 2 days ago, we presented this paper. Forget about this technical stuff. No? But basically, we created a clemency disease detection system. So we presented this paper in UAE. Well, actually, my students, they're the ones who present papers, not me. And basically, the problem is you want to solve the challenge of treating and first of all detecting clemency disease. So if you have a plantation, you have to know which parts or which plants are infected by certain disease and what kind of diseases. So we identify 9 disease categories and 1 healthy class, so 10 classes. Ito yun. So we're able to create a system that can accurately determine whether a particular calamansi fruit or even the leaves are infected by these 9 disease types. Okay, so yeah, it's an example of useful AI. So another one is for rice disease classification. So these are the diseases that we're trying to detect in our rice fields. Basically, you take a picture, you take videos of the rice, the leaves, and it's able to detect whether that particular plant is infected. Okay, ito yung method na ginamit nila. No? So texture, some, my students are creative, no? So they use all these equations to detect the rice disease, and the accuracy is very good, as in 100% for the artificial neural network. Again, this paper was presented in UAE 2 days ago. Okay, another one. In fact, this is my favorite. We know that we are the global center of marine biodiversity. We are right there at the center of marine biodiversity. There's no country, there's no area in the planet which is more biodiverse than the Philippines. Marine biodiverse. Okay, so we need to monitor the health of our marine resources, and we do fish count, fish size, measure the population density. So these are terms that are familiar to you, no, because you're in this kind of business. But we do this for fish, not for people. So unfortunately, it's very hard to train fish experts who can do this manually. It takes years, literally. Why? First, you must memorize the names of 3,000 species of fish. Siguro merong may alam dyan sa inyo. So that's just the first, memorizing the names. Now, can you identify on-site kung ano yung fish na dumaan sa harap mo, ano yung species yun? And you have to record it underwater. And you're nakaka-scuba ka, worrying about baka maubusan ka ng hangin and so on. So marami kang iniisip, no? So you have to do that. Marami kang, di ba? There's a lot of challenge. Very few people can do this in the country, maybe 2 dozen. So in the end, you want to measure the number of metric tons of fish per square kilometer. No? So Um, Now, how do you solve this problem using AI? Okay, again, limitation. Expertise, konti. Very few people can actually do fish count and fish ID and can count fast. Human subjectivity. If you put two divers together, side by side, they will give you different answers. Kasi medyo subjective. Remember, the fishes are not stationary, no? So you have to imagine an area that is 5 by 5 by 5. Pag nandun sa volume na yon, 5 by 5 by 5 meters, if it's inside that volume, you count it. If it is outside that volume, you don't count it. So there's a lot of subjectivity there since the fishes are moving in and out into that volume. Limited diving time. And most importantly, the very presence of divers drive away the fishes. Siyempre, no? When the fishes are EU, they swim away. So mali na kagad yung fish count mo because your very presence already skews the data in one direction. Kumukonti siya. So what is our, another challenge is there are 1,800 marine protected areas in the country. Can you do the survey for all of this yearly? You only have 24 people, and then merong bagyo, merong, there's only a limited time that you can do the survey, 3 or 4 months, maybe 4 months in a year. Can you survey all these 1,800 sites? And also, we are required by law to survey the sites. Now, the law is requiring us, wala namang experts na makakagawa nito. Very few experts. No? So, what's our solution? Fisheye. We collect videos underwater, and you don't need to be a fish expert. As long as you are certified diver, who is a certified diver here? I think some of you know. Okay? Pwede ka na maging surveyor. Surveyor. You collect the data, send the data to us, we'll do the analysis. So that's me. I had to learn how to dive. Despite my name, I really don't like the water. Until I got this project, so napilitan ako. But up to now, I still don't know the names of the fishes. Okay? And he's my student, so a computer science graduate. We're doing the survey together. Now, the software, the AI software, gives us the following: the population density, the length of the fishes underwater individually, the weight of each fish, and the species name using AI. So this fish eye in action. Fish recognition, not face recognition, but fish recognition. So we have the system already. This is first in the world, by the way. We have a patent for this. We have patents, US, we have international patents for this technology. It's an example of how we use AI responsibly. Okay, so we can do comparisons of MPA versus non-MPA sites using this technology. Another question that can be answered is it time to fish? If the fishes are small, if they're juvenile, don't harvest, don't fish, right? So how will you know? Well, you use our technology. And we can answer another question like, how many tons of fish per square kilometer do we have in this area? We can do that. Then there's also the permanent visual record of how the fish was at this particular time, no? On December 12, 2016. So ito yung itsura ng fish. So for 20 years from now, you know how it looked like. No? We have a permanent visual record. Okay, another project that we had, which finished just very recently, like February 29, is this development of an AI-assisted thunderstorm early warning system with Pag-asa. No? So, you know how dangerous thunderstorms are, and it could be very disruptive. bigla na lang babaha, especially in certain areas when there's a thunderstorm. Is there a way to predict that? Yes, we have developed that system. By the way, Pag-asa has a system of 19 Doppler radar stations, which basically covers the entire country. No? And each of the system, mahal yun, it's 200 million pesos. Ang isa, no, times 19. So these systems are actually analyzed by humans, by weather specialists. Unfortunately, we do not have enough weather specialists. So what we did was we developed a system using AI that actually assists that speeds up the work of the weather specialist. So there's not enough manpower to analyze simultaneous thunderstorms. Pag merong thunderstorms, merong time of the year, June, starting June up to, there's a time of the year that, where you have lots of thunderstorm. They prioritize, of course, Manila, Metro Manila. Paano yung ibang countries na ibang areas which are, less developed? Hindi na ipa-prioritize because we only have very few weather specialists. But we have the data. You have the data, and the data has to be analyzed quickly because thunderstorms, they happen so quickly. Okay, I don't need this how this is done, but then so this is the information that's taken from the data from the Doppler radar, and it's communicated to the system in a few minutes, 2 minutes yata. 2 minutes, dapat nandiyan na sa system mo yung Doppler radar data. We have developed an algorithm that can predict lightning in advance. Okay, 1 hour in advance, whether magkakaroon ng lightning sa area ninyo o hindi. Because it's important to know this because this is very, very important for airports. In fact, Pag-asa warns the airports if there's going to be a thunderstorm in that area. So lightning is very important for airports for obvious reasons. So we have a system, we have an algorithm, an AI algorithm that can predict lightning, the occurrence of lightning in a particular area 60 minutes in advance, 1 hour in advance. The old system, the manual system of Pag-asa basically tells the municipality that there's going to be a thunderstorm in their area. Municipality level granularity. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? It's like, dyan sa Quezon City, magkakaroon kayo ng thunderstorm. But Quezon City is so big, right? And when thunderstorm, makikita mo na yung boundary ng thunderstorm dito, ang init-init. Just 500 meters away, mga bagyo na halos, no? This is Quezon City. Now we have, with our algorithm, barangay level granularity. So we can now predict thunderstorms at the barangay level because of AI. So what I'm basically saying here is that AI really is not is useful. Merong mga issues, alam natin yan. Wala nang trabaho yung mga tao. But then, in the case of the weather specialists, they welcome this because this will basically reduce their work and make them more efficient. So instead of just processing data from a few Doppler radar sites, they can analyze all the Doppler data information that's being given to them. Ayan, the system provides a probabilistic forecast. So, you decide kung kailan ka magdadala ng payong, no? Ano bang threshold mo? 90%? 50%? Sigurista, 50%. So, this heat map basically tells you, the probability of occurrence of a thunderstorm in this particular area. So, it's not hey, you're going to have a thunderstorm. No, it's a probabilistic forecast. So that's being done on not on a municipality level, but rather on a barangay level. thank you for your attention, and if you have questions.
Maraming salamat, Dr. Naval. Baka may tanong kayo. Ako personally, I am excited and terrified at the same time. So we're open for questions. Um, yes.
Um, Given the big cost of AI computers, is there any Philippine consortium of big business and academe to pool the resources to study AI more?
Okay, regarding resources, okay, so we have in UPA a new program. It's the artificial intelligence program, which is both, this is graduate level, that offers both masters and PhD in AI. It's more of not masters but master of engineering. So the difference between Master of Engineering and Master of Science is that Master of Science, you need a thesis and you need to publish it. But for a Master of Engineering, no, it's not that strict. As long as the partner, the industry partner says, your system is working, that's already fine. You can already pass. No? So we can churn out faster AI engineers. Of course, for PhD, but ibang usapan yan, you need to publish. Now, these students need a lot of computing power. Ang estimate namin is around 3,500 GPU hours per semester. So it's practically naka-on palagi yung computer mo, yung GPU. No? And we have a system, engineering has a system that costs around $1 million US. So when we bought it, wow, okay ito, very powerful, 1 million US dollars, no? 60 million pesos more or less. Discounted yun ng NVIDIA. No? So anyway, but then, nung nagkaroon na ng crunch time, hindi na ako makagamit kasi ubos na, no? So, kulang. A $1 million facility is not enough. So that's the challenge, no? And companies like Singtel, they have resources, a lot of computational resources for doing AI. So that's the challenge, no? Consortium, are we going to share the $1 million facility that we have in College of Engineering? Kulang pa nga sa amin so how can we share that? No? So that's the big question. Really, it's never enough. At the moment, it's never enough. So ano yung challenge? Better algorithms. So it's a challenge for mathematicians and engineers to develop new algorithms that will require less computing power. So far, hindi pa nangyayari yun. So there has to be a change in the way we do things, the way we train our algorithms. So it's more algorithmic challenge, also an algorithmic challenge, apart from getting enough resources to get these machines. And you cannot just buy, even if you have the money, you cannot just tell NVIDIA, can you give us a $1 billion data center? Pipila ka. Pipila ka. Because the other companies like Google and Apple and all these companies are also ordering machines. So if you're ordering a facility that just costs $10 million, nasa baba ka ng pila, no? So you won't get it immediately. Yeah, that's the challenge. No? Computational resource. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maraming salamat, Professor Naval. Actually, for short questions and a comment. Kasi in our surveys, we use socioeconomic classes in determining the ABCDE class to determine yung class ng households. It's mainly based on the physical appearance. and location of the dwelling unit. So, using AI siguro, madali na, I mean, tingnan lang yung, iharap lang yung camera and then parang yung fish recognition, ma-identify na given machine learning what socioeconomic class of the dwelling unit is. So that's one. I mean, in the surveys work that we do. Uh, Tapos yung tatlong question ko po, curious ako kasi with the school setup, given the AI technology now, paano na-address ng mga professors, let's say nagpagawa siya ng essay, nare-recognize na ng students and professors na meron ng AI, and how are the professors able to deal with that? And then next po, regarding yung sa weather, the physical weather at least, si 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 Pag-asa, sinasabi niya na I cannot pinpoint or determine the temperature in all locations of the country. Sa NCR, meron lang sila sa Quezon City and Pasay City yata. And sabi na sana responsibility ng LGU yung pag-determine ng temperature para sila na mismo ang mag-declare ng na walang classes because of so much heat. But given the example that you've shown, parang pwedeng gamitin ng DepEd yung information na yon para mag-declare ng no classes depending on the temperature or the heat index. And then last po, given this you know AI technology, of course, hindi naman lahat connected sa internet pa. Of course, to some extent, maapektuhan sila. Inisip ko, would that, I mean, of course, merong digital divide na tinatawag. First level would be the access, but the second level has to do with yung the person's capacity to maximize the benefits of the AI. So would AI lead more divide, inequality with regards to individuals' access in the first place, and second is the knowledge to cope with the technology. Sorry.
Yeah, four questions, baka malimutan ko na yung iba, no? So yung first question is about the use of pictures or images, no, to improve your predictions or classification. I think yes, there's opportunity, not to replace, because I believe that wala pa ring tatalo doon sa ginagawa nyo na, manual, but then to augment that with satellite data, for example. So satellite data, so yung socioeconomic class, kung nakatira sa ganitong area, sa ganitong barangay, merong mga attributes yan, di ba? So you can augment that your surveys with that kind of information. When you survey naman, GPS geolocated naman yan. So more or less, you know what barangay, I think you know all this. But then also yung itsura ng mga bahay na from the top, can give you that kind of stratification. So in fact, we have a project that's related to that. Medyo not yet finished, so I won't talk much about it. But then I think that's a promising direction to use satellite information to not predict, but to augment the data that you have. So the data that you gather from the field, you get more information, additional information from the pictures from the satellite. Pwede yun. Now, second, medyo out of order, regarding temperature. Yeah, it's we don't really have a lot of the sensors, temperature sensors, but it should not really be too difficult because we can have a Raspberry Pi, which is very cheap, and put a sensor there and put each of this device in one school. Isang school lang. Isang Raspberry Pi na connect sa internet is collecting information, for that particular school. So, hindi mo naman lalahatin na buong Quezon City walang pasok, because there are certain areas in Quezon City that are cooler than other areas. No? So it's objective, it's data-driven, it's evidence-based. No? Yan, magandang project yan. You tell DepEd, a simple Raspberry Pi, which is maybe 5,000 pesos. With 5,000 pesos, you can already you would know if really it's hot or not in that area, no? Ano yung temperature, and it's naka-upload sa cloud lahat yun, ano? And then you can like have a profile, a dashboard showing which parts of Quezon City, which parts of the city are suffering from intense heat. So objective, no? Uh, sorry, I forgot the two other questions. Yun. Okay. So, yes. Um, Siyempre, pag binan namin yan, hindi rin gagana yan, di ba? The more they will use it, no? So, silent na lang. So, paano mo malalaman if the students are using ChatGPT? Magpa-exam ka ng face-to-face. So, okay, all cell phones out, just ball pen and calculator and your sheet of paper. So how can you cheat? Wala, di ba? So it's the way you evaluate the student. Kung gusto mong essay, sige, essay tayo, but no cell phones, no computers. Just in front of me. You do it in front of the teacher. So the students will not be able to use these technologies. And then also asking questions that are not answerable by by ChatGPT. So sometimes you have results, answers that are too good to be too good to be true. So wow, ang ganda ng answer na ito, no? So pero pag kinausap mo yung estudyante, wala namang alam. So there's this huge disparity, so alam mo na nandaya, no? Yeah. And the last question, the other question. Digital divide, yeah. So, yung AI, prerequisite niyan internet, no? For example, how can you access ChatGPT if you're not connected to the internet? And how do you collect big data if you're not connected to the internet? So it will even widen that digital divide. So solution is for schools and for government in general to provide us the connectivity so that we lessen the number of people on the other side of the divide. So eventually mawala yan. It's like zero poverty. So it's a goal that zero hunger. It's a goal that will probably never be achieved. No, zero. Let's make it small. Let's make that as close to zero as possible. So yeah.
Doc Naval, basahin ko lang yung comments sa Zoom. This is from Sir Mark Encarnacion. This is related to the UPCAT test results of ChatGPT. Ang tanong niya is perhaps those questions and answers were in the training set of, yeah.
ChatGPT. Hello, Mark. Mark was my boss many years ago. He was the chairman of the Department of Computer Science, and I was like, actually, he was the one who recruited me. Thank you, Mark.
Boss, kamusta?
Without you, I wouldn't be here talking to this group of people, to everyone about AI. I would probably be doing something else. Thanks a lot. No, anyway, habang kwento yan. Ano nga ba yung question?
Well, that
ChatGPT. Okay.
ChatGPT and
So,
UPCAT.
yeah, I don't think so. Kasi, yun namang ChatGPT was trained on data that was previous to a certain, meron siyang time, it's just my guess, no? It's possible, nabasa niyo yung reviewer questions sa internet, no? But I don't know. But then we can try it out on new questions from the recent UPCAT. I think it will perform quite well.
Hi, Ma'am Mary.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes, it's been very interesting for me. I wanted to pursue what would be the job prospects, on the digital divide. You talk about who will get access. But on the employment side, can you predict, at least to some extent, how the lower income people might benefit? You know, because we've seen some development, the pandemonium part, you have more motorcycle delivery guys and so on, you know, the Grab and so on. Can you say anything about what kind of services that low-income people could be trained or learn because there is this new technology where they could actually earn from it?
Yeah. Yes, that's a very interesting question. Because it seems that the ones who will be affected are, those who are on the other side of the divide. But thinking more about it, those jobs that require physical effort, um, like construction workers, no, at the moment, it will not yet those jobs will not yet be replaced by AI. Maybe in the in the future, when there are robots that can do that, they can replace construction workers. Those manual, laborious, physical work, no, physical work. Yes, because ChatGPT obviously cannot do physical work. So the ones that are sort of threatened are the ones in the middle, no? Those who are like those jobs that are less physical, say call center, for example. No? So talking to people, telemarketers, this types of. I actually have a listing of these jobs that are strong that are going to disappear because of AI, but I didn't show that. So so the other side of the digital divide, only not really a lot of them, but yung nasa gitna, nasa gitna. Yun yung threatened by AI. The artists, for example, those who create music, for example. But again, it's still too early to say whether it's worth listening to synthetically generated music or music created by real people, no? Or watch movies that are synthetically created by Sora compared to movies with your favorite actors and actresses. So hindi natin alam. No? So it's, again, it boils down to acceptance. No? Like the self-driving car, the technology is there, but why is it that it's not yet being used a lot? Ayun, acceptance. Or siguro let's extend it, no? Pilotless airplanes. Sakay ba tayo dyan? Maybe not yet, no? So yan. Yun yung problema dyan. So acceptance, no? Whether the end user uh, will actually use these technologies or not. No? So, but the technologies are already available. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
but my
complex
point,
question. Yes, yes.
no, but my point, for example, in informal settlements, which is where a lot of where I work, the cell phone repair is a big industry. I mean, you know, there are many people who are limited, say maybe third grade in terms of education, formal education, but they're fully engaged in in laptop or cell phone repair and things. So, you know, with this AI technology, generate that kind of work for the reality of so many who, are unemployed, but who can learn that kind of technology.
Yes, so if you can't beat them, join them. Which means let's learn AI. Sabi nga nila, no, those who, the ones who will be replaced by AI, the professions that will be replaced by AI, are those that do not adapt to AI. Okay, so if I'm a doctor or if I'm a, let's say, telemarketer, I will be replaced by a telemarketer that knows AI. Okay, so you and I will be replaced by other people who know more AI than us. So in the end, let's learn AI. So that's, I think, the general message. No, let's adopt it because really there's no other way. That's to ignore AI is we cannot ignore AI. Talo din tayo doon, because there will be other people who know AI and that will be their big advantage over us. So mawalan tayo ng trabaho. We will be replaced by those people who know AI. So I think that's a common.
Can I do a
statement.
follow-up question? Sorry, can I do a follow-up question?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, okay. Some of us, work a lot with NGOs on the ground, community level, rural, urban. Do you already, is there if AI is going to be something that also low-income people, hopefully getting into AI, will benefit job-wise, especially, is there a training program that, say, an NGO working at community level could use as guidelines for helping, poor but striving people looking for ways to earn so that they can get into the AI business at some point?
AI is a tool. If actually anyone who can use AI can actually take advantage of it in order to do more. So you can be more efficient with AI. So say, like, for example, you are a farmer and you have a small plot and your calamansi farm is infected by a disease. So hindi mo alam magagawin. But if you have an app, for example, that can diagnose the disease, then alam mo ang next step, no? So yes, it's just one use case that I have in mind. No? But in general, I think by adopting AI technology, we'll be in a better position to to solve problems that we are facing. So like for a farmer having a plant, a calamansi farm, solving that calamansi disease or rice disease problem, or if you have a babuyan, pig farm, if say we have a project right now, I won't disclose the company, but then we are looking at okay, sorry, not the AI is looking at how the pigs are behaving. Meaning, if the pig is sluggish, then that might be an indication of a sick animal. So what do? You isolate the pig immediately because makakahawa siya. No? So these things, it requires a high level of expertise to be able to diagnose whether a particular animal is sick or not. You need a vet med. But if you have that kind of system, then you only need one or two vet meds, no, in your big farm or big farm. So yeah, there are many use cases for AI, and I think we are just starting the AI revolution. So nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo. And we say that backward naman ang Philippines sa AI, delayed na tayo. Well, okay, yeah, maybe yes, we are delayed. We are way behind, but then we can easily catch up. We can catch up if we put in our resources into this. And if not just resources, we need people. If you and I study more AI, then we'd be in a better position to compete against our other, against other countries. Singapore is spending a lot of money, putting a lot of money in AI. But what is their population? Small population. Okay. Do you know that the Philippines has the biggest number of data scientists in Southeast Asia. Yes, I was surprised myself. So in terms of number of data scientists, you're number one in Southeast Asia. Talo natin ang Singapore, talo natin ang Malaysia and in other countries. So this is a big sign. It's a big sign because that's for data science, but we can also do the same for AI if we play our cards well. Yeah, so hindi tayo naiiwan. So we need to, sorry, medyo self-serving, join our study AI, take masters or PhD or PhD. Or if you don't have time, upgrade our knowledge through the MOOCs, yung massively online courses that are available out there. No? It's not as good as going through a real program, pero yeah, if you're constrained, resource constrained, then it's pwede na yun in most cases.
Oh, yan na, narinig nyo na. Mag-masters sa data science.
Masters of AI, data science.
Yon. Yan na, may invitation na tayo from Dr. Naval. Final comments? That's all the time we have sa open forum. Maraming salamat ulit, Dr.
Thank
Naval.
you.